Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Denny Keltz again with Top Dog Sales Training. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can crush any early objections that you might have in regards to automotive sales, okay? Because when you have customers that come in the showroom, you got to keep in mind if they're on the lot, walking around, customers will always have a barrier up regardless of what's going on. Whether or not they need a car right away, usually their guard is up, their barrier is up. So your job is to break down that barrier so that they feel more comfortable dealing with you specifically as a salesperson, right? Because they have a stigma in their mind about how salespeople are anyways, right? So here's a couple, right? So objections are going to come at any point in the sale, right? You might walk up to somebody and try to say hi, introduce yourself, and right away they're giving you objections that they're not going to be buying a car today, whatever it is, right? A common one you're going to get, you go, you introduce yourself. Hey, welcome to Country Hill Sunday. My name is Denny, and you are. They give you your name. You start talking to them. Yeah, you try to show them around. And then the first say, hey, we're not buying today. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to lie. 90% of my customers actually say the exact same thing. And they say that they're not buying a car when they first come into the dealership, right? My job is to show you around the dealership, show you some vehicles that fit exactly what you're looking for. If the numbers make sense and if you love the car and it's a good experience, then who knows? Maybe you'll change your mind. Most people that come in, when we find them the right vehicle and everything kind of lines up, a lot of times they decide to move forward anyways, right? So let me show you some cars. Let's go. So the early objections are going to happen on a consistent basis, right? And so you got to keep that in mind. If you're prepared and ready to handle those early objections and it's been practiced and rehearsed, then you're going to know what to do instead of just being a deer in the headlights when people are giving you those little early objections, right? Because as a salesperson, you need to be prepared and you need to know that guaranteed customers are going to give you objections regardless. It's just a knee-jerk reaction when customers come in and they're talking to a salesperson. Those are just some things that they're going to throw out regardless of where they're at in the buying process, even if they're planning on buying a car. The very, very rare time you're going to have a customer saying, oh yeah, when can I take this car off the lot? And a lot of times you're going to have to figure out why they're even doing that in the first place, because chances are a lot of times maybe their credit's not even that good and they're just hoping that they can get approved, right? So you got to listen to those little intricacies of what customers are saying to you, okay? Another one you're going to get that's very, very common is, oh, you know what, Denny, we're just looking around. Hey, no worries, guys. Let me show you around, right? At least that way you know what you're looking at. Oh, you know what? We're just shopping around and seeing what we can find. Hey, no worries, guys. You know what? My job is to just show you some options, see if something makes sense for you, see if we even have a product that might work for you, right? So who knows? Maybe we don't, but at least let me show you around, show you some options. And if you absolutely love, the vehicle that I show you, and if you want to move forward on it, great. If you don't want to, you don't have to, right? So a lot of times you got to be a little bit, you're not as aggressive, right? You're a little more like not threatening, and you don't necessarily need the sale, right? Your job is to guide them into the right vehicle that they're looking for, because at the end of the day, you're a problem solver. Customer comes in with a problem. They're looking for a vehicle for a reason, and your job is to find a solution to their problem, which is finding them the right vehicle that makes sense for them, okay? This last one that you're going to get. Hey, you know what, Denny? This is actually just our first stop. So we have some other dealerships that we have to go to. Hey, you know what, Charles? No worries, man. It'll be your first stop, but hey, who knows? Maybe we'll make it your last. First and last, right? Who knows? I don't know. Either way, let me show you around. So you just subtly throw in those little closes and you're being fun about it, right? Like you're not that serious. It's not a lot of pressure. You're just kind of joking. Like at the same time, there's a little bit of joke to it, but it's also getting into their subconscious mind, right? You start throwing out these little closes, ABC, always be closing, and then it's getting into their brain. And then they're starting to think like, oh, okay, well, maybe, you know what? Then once you build good rapport with them and they actually like you as a person, they're like, you know what, Denny, I wasn't even planning on buying a car today, but let's get it done. All right, you know what? I really appreciate it. We really appreciate the business, right? Then all of a sudden, you're the top salesman at your dealership for multiple years over, just like me, okay? So hopefully these tips will help you in your sales journey. If you got some value out of this video, hit the subscribe button and follow for more.